Good morning. Good morning, Tish. And good morning to anybody else who's joined me already this morning. It's just a couple of minutes before start time. I can see we've got a few people there waiting. Hi, Catherine. Great to see you. And yep, there we go. And if it looks like I'm squinting every now and again, I'm still waiting for my new glasses to come. So I'm wearing older glasses and they're not great. So I have to peer when I read. So that's why that's happening. So we are in my neighbourhood this morning, and you'll see in a moment where we're joining from. Hi, Joanne. So my neighbourhood of Mayfield was a 2-minute drive from my house to where we're starting. So we're 6:30 in the morning on Wednesday, of course, Wednesday morning here in Mayfield, which is a part of Newcastle. And Tish says, okay, yep. Hi, Natalie. Great to see you as well. All right. So let's be done with the squinting, and I'm just going to turn the camera around when we get there. Camera. And we are starting in the car park of the pub. So this is the main pub in Mayfield. But the reason that we're starting here is because I'm actually going to do just a little street art walk in my own local neighbourhood this morning. And we're going to start off with this amazing deer. So we're in the car park of the Stag and Hunter Hotel. And this is what we find on the back wall of the pub. And Joanne says, she's greeting everybody. Did I see hi Neil? Is Neil here? Hi Neil. I missed you. There we go. All right. So, little street art walk. This is Christy Bain Art is the artist for this one. So that's the um, quite interesting artwork on the back of the pub. This is we don't go here. Well, we've been here once, but it's a little bit expensive. It's a bit of a music spot. Maybe I should come here and invite Neil along to check out the music one time. That might be interesting. Let's have a look at the gig guide. What's coming up? I don't know any of these. Dog trumpet. That sounds familiar. Other than that, no, I don't think I recognise any of those names at all. Hi, Cynthia. Good morning. Welcome. Thanks for coming along. So we're just doing a little walk around Mayfield this morning, which is my local neighbourhood. There's going to be a little bit of traffic noise, but I'll try and get away from that as much as possible. But before we do, let's head down here to the corner where there's a couple of interesting mosaic pieces. If you were to come along to this pub, we could have a Sunday roast for $25 or steak frites on a Monday. This is the Stag and Hunter Hotel. Pinot and pasta. Yum. Okay, let's cross the road when we've got the lights in our favour. Now this road, the reason it's a little bit noisy, it used to be the main thoroughfare. If you were heading from Sydney north up the coast, this is the Pacific Highway. Now the main highway bypasses Newcastle, but it still gets its fair share of traffic along here. No Jason Donovan, Natalie, no. Jason Donovan's a little bit long in the tooth these days. He's about my age, I think. Not maybe 1 or 2 years younger. Okay, here we go. So this cafe on this corner here has some interesting mosaic pieces. I actually don't understand the relevance of them, but one of them looks like a key. That's the postcode up there, 2304. And there's all these, that must refer perhaps to businesses that were in the area. It says Pommy Town. shanty that's looks like there's a lot of history that's gone into this mosaic. And then along the top here, we have, it looks like artworks from school children, a lot of it. Hi, Alicia, great to see you. So yes, this is the key. And then on this side, there's like, it's a leaf. It's a mosaic leaf. So this forms the centerpiece for the town square. And then over here we have a map of Mayfield on tile. And I could show you where I live. It is around about there. That's where I live. And then that street there takes you across the Hunter River and up towards Nelson Bay. So that's the map of Mayfield. Now we're going to go up here to the library, and I know for a fact that there's something really interesting on the back wall of the library. This is the Stack Shack. But before we get there, another power box has just been prettied up a little bit to look like an old cassette deck. Cynthia says we have a map and we can all visit at once. You won't fit. I can tell you that now, Cynthia. You'd be lucky to all squeeze in my backyard. All right, so we're going past the library. I joined here the other day, although we're lucky to have about 3 or 4 little street libraries around us. It's always good to have the library itself as well. But look at this on the back wall of the library. Once upon a time, curiouser and curiouser. The never-ending story. We all know who that is. I'm late. We have the Mad Hatter and Dr. Seuss, green eggs and ham. The Very Hungry Caterpillar. How fabulous is this? Why is a raven like a writing desk? Oh, I don't know the answer to that. Does anybody here know the answer to that? So that's the back wall of the library. It's fabulous. And then when we come around the corner, look who we're greeted by. Do you want a last look? I did sort of move along there fairly quickly, didn't I? Let's go back for one quick. Oh, looks like there's stuff inside here too. I'm going to have to come here when it's open and see what's going on inside here. There's gumnut flowers and bees on the wall over there. I don't even know what this space is, but it looks really nice. Let's have one last look at the library wall before we head across the road. Just in case you didn't get a chance to see it all. There we go. And once again, for those who missed it, if I'm not immediately responding to your comments, it's because I'm squinting to be able to see. So this is where we are in relation to the pub and where I parked and that stag image. And then we have the reading wall, the library wall. It's a riddle from Alice. Why is a raven like a writing desk? It's a riddle from Alice. Thanks, Tish. Look at the flowers here. There we go. green eggs and ham. Yeah, really, really cool wall. All right. Hi, Lethargy. How are you going? And Lethargy's greeting people. Okay. All right. So there is a Christmas shop on the main road, just around the corner here. But look at this. I mean, that's quite something, isn't it? Look at it. He's a very handsome looking Santa. Do you know, I think this is what's his name? Tim from oh god. My memory. It's dreadful. Tim the Toolman. What was his name? And he was Santa. The Santa Claus? That's it, the Santa Claus. I think that's who it looks like. Tim Allen, yes. Thank you, Joanne. It looks like Tim Allen, doesn't it? And then we have, look at these naughty reindeers. They're very cute. Dasher and Dancer. Prancer. Vixen's trying to lick his own nose. Rudolph and Comet. I'm going to have to come back here and do this at Christmas time, aren't I? Cupid's just being cheeky. Donna and Blitzen. Blitzen's eating the Christmas tree. And there we go, the Christmas elf. So yes, this is the back of a Christmas shop. It sells all sorts of Christmas paraphernalia. And I can't tell you how odd it is to have Christmas and snow themes in summer, in winter, summer in Australia when it's meltingly hot. There we go. There's another one. Is this live? Yes, I'm live, Lethargy. It just feels weird having this Christmassy theme here, doesn't it? All right, so now we're coming to the back of a cafe. This is a really nice cafe, and they've got a lovely garden out the back. And I know that they have something on their rear wall. But here we go. First of all, we have this young lady heading out to the surf with her, looks like a longboard. But then we get the wall inside the cafe here, the back wall in the garden. It's full of playground gear, there's tables, there's lots of stuff for kids to do. But then we have this on the wall. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm intruding. I'm not even sure if the cafe's open yet. But there are a couple of Eastern rosellas and like a meditating woman with a bee on her forehead. From Christmas to surfing summer. It's literally that, Natalie. Christmas in Australia is literally that. People go down to the beach. In fact, travellers come to Australia and it's their greatest wish is to spend Christmas Day on Bondi Beach. So another Eastern rosella there. Beautiful. Okay. So this is the back of Onyx Cafe. We're going to cross the road and I'm going to head out behind a row of shops. Just have a look at this first. I'm not even sure what this is. Is it a music shop? Could be. Oh, it's a barber shop. Anyway, it seems to be musically themed, I think. Oops, I'm in the middle of the road. Neil's asked me a question. Scarab. Oh, did you mean the insect on the forehead? Is it a scarab or a bee? I thought it looked like a bee. Natalie says, I had once a Christmas in summer, but that was in South Africa. I see musical notes. Yeah, I thought I did too, Tish. Okay, let's head down. We're back at the little square with the key here. I need to take a closer look at that key and see what that's all about. So next time I show it to you, I'll be able to give you a bit more insight, perhaps. All right. There's another hotel across the road here, and this is the cafe. Can we see into that Christmas shop just so that you get... Yeah, here's the Christmas shop here. And I don't know about you, but these are really ugly. That's what I reckon anyway. They look really ugly. But yes, this is the opening March 6th. So they must have been on holidays. Forever Christmas. I found my box of Christmas decorations the other day when I was going through my mother's garage. So I do still have them. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I still had any or not. They can stay there and wait. They can stay there and wait till next Christmas. I don't want to be dealing with Christmas decorations right now or trying to find where to put them. I'm grateful to my family for having storage space for us. So how's everyone doing this morning? Do we all know that it's a year that the calendar's been going? It feels like it's flown, and it also feels like forever. It feels like such a long time. Almost Easter it is, Natalie. Easter, I think, is about the third week in April this year. Is that right? And my mother's 90th birthday is about a week before. So if I'm absent at all over the next couple of months, it's probably because I'm doing stuff. Trying to figure out what we're going to do for my mother for her 90th birthday. We'll find something. All right, I am going to head into a little park, which I believe is at the back of this hotel. We have very noisy people around here. Very noisy cars. I'm so just pausing to read. Yeah, congrats to Mum. She'll be 90. And I discovered that, I wonder if I can get out the other end if I walk along here. We'll try it. I discovered that the lady who's renting, or the family that's renting the house, my daughter's house at the front of our block, the lady makes and decorates cakes. So I just opened a conversation with her yesterday afternoon about her possibly doing the cake for Mum's birthday. All right, so I don't know what this is. I don't know anything about it. I haven't walked up this private driveway before. But she's quite elegant, isn't she? Natalie says, don't know for sure, but who is disagreeing with the guide? That's okay. You're allowed to disagree with me. If you know better than me, of course you can disagree with me. I ain't a prima donna like some guys we know. I'm always happy to be corrected. In fact, please do. Add your knowledge. We're a community after all. The sky's looking lovely. Maybe I should have done a sunrise tour this morning. Isn't it pretty? And Tish says, it's cool, whatever it is. And I'm not sure what that says. I'm having trouble with some of my letters. Sorry. Look at that sky. Yes, look at it indeed. Isn't it pretty, Joanne? I'll keep pointing in this direction until we get round the corner. Look at that. So pretty. All right, we're going to go into this park. There's a stand of Moreton Bay figs. They are stunningly beautiful trees, and the way the sun's lighting them up right now, so lovely. I know of a park where there's an even bigger line of them, and they look like they've been around much longer. They've got huge buttress roots. So I need to find a way, if I can, to incorporate them into some kind of a tour for you, because they're definitely worth seeing. Is there anything to see in that? I don't think there is. I think it's quite abstract. So we'll move along from that. It's a pity all that plant's been built in front of it, but here we are looking at some of the critters that could have been endemic to this area before it became more developed. But if you're lucky, you can still see some of these critters around the area. We'll start with the diamond python. I know a lot of us don't like snakes, but this is actually a very beautiful snake. Neil says, what's the tree name again, please? It's a Moreton, Moreton, Moreton Bay fig. Excuse me, sorry about that. And then next to that, we have a spoonbill in flight. Next to that, we have a water boatman. So that's a beetle that can be seen skimming across the top of the water. I believe there used to be a watercourse running through this park. Maybe it runs underneath it now. So this might have been marshy once upon a time, and these creatures would have all been commonly seen around this area. Now, we all know the bin chicken. This is the white ibis, also known as the bin chicken. And then next to that, we have the eastern water dragon. You guys have seen lots of this guy on lots of my tours in Sydney, in the Botanical Gardens, in the Eden's Garden Centre. We've seen these guys all over the place. There's a beautiful, is it a butterfly or a moth? Black Jezebel, Delia's, it's a black Jezebel. Okay, so it says here, even today, after continuous wet weather, this part becomes mushy, and sometimes herons still feed here. I can tell you that with a heavy dew last night, my feet are actually quite wet and have grass seeds all over them because I'm wearing sandals. So my feet have picked up all the grass seeds from the wet grass. And that's a common crow butterfly. We all know what a seagull looks like. Sorry, no what? No what, Natalie? The snake? Is that what you're saying sorry, no to? 120 years ago, this area was still swamp. Swamp covers a wide range of aquatic environments, but with flat land, a hill behind it, a creek nearby, it was most likely a freshwater coastal wetland. And unfortunately, we've got the air conditioners being a pain right now. But here's a simplified map of the area. And where we're standing right now is called Webb Park. We have a white-faced heron. And it says, many years ago, this area was a wetland and part of the lands of the Worimi Nation. And that just reminds me that I did not do an acknowledgement of country when I began this morning. So I'll take the opportunity now to acknowledge that we meet today on the lands of the Awabakal and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Cynthia says, and a brief look at pants rolled up. They're not rolled up today, Cynthia. An Australian swamp rat, which is not as icky as a regular imported feral brown rat. These guys are actually quite benign. These guys, on the other hand, the Hexham grey mosquito, interestingly, Hexham is the town just up from here. I went to the wetlands up there to check out whether it was viable for a tour, and I just about got carried off by an army of these guys. It was alarming. They were huge. And I raced back to my car and I tried to get in the car and they all followed me into the car. And at that point I went, well, I'm either going to need a lot of Aerogard or this tour is not going to happen. And here's that spoonbill. Swamp rat's cute. He's pretty cute, isn't he? Mosquitoes are no for me. Oh, you should have seen them. I don't normally get bothered by mosquitoes, but that particular morning, oh boy. So now we have a leaf green tree frog next to a red-bellied black snake and a swamp wallaby. Now, Richard went to someone's house last week. He's actually trying out to see if he can find a place in it. He plays bass guitar. He's trying to find a spot in a band. And this fellow lives about 20 minutes from here, and apparently his front yard was just full of swamp wallabies. Swamp wallabies or rock wallabies? Might have been rock wallabies. But he had a little gang of rock wallabies in the front yard. So I said to him, okay, well, you need to get me there. You need to get me there so that I can show all you guys the gang of wallabies. Richard's here correcting me, rock wallabies. So keep an eye out, guys. We need to go and visit this fellow's front yard. Neil says, what type of music does Richard play? Richard can answer that one for you, Neil. Maybe hum a few bars. All right. So we're going to wander along here. What's that say? Natalie says, hi, Richard. So this is a lovely mural. I really like it. And while we're living in Newcastle, let's keep an eye out for all these little critters. Perhaps not the mosquito. Perhaps not the Hexham grey mosquito. We'll try and avoid. Richard's not answering. He's basically doing 70s era rock. And if that's not right, he can correct it. Natalie says, I just was wondering how Richard is. Here, look, we're going to walk towards this beautiful sky now and head towards the next mural, which I did actually share photos of the other day. But we're going to head over there and actually have a look at it. He did answer. Oh, okay. All right, good stuff. All right, so this way we're just doing a bit of a circle. That's where the Key mosaic was, up there in the library, and the Stag and Hunter Hotel. We're going to walk. I'm not sure if it's going to be quicker this way or if I go back along the main road. I'm just trying to avoid the noise. I think we'll go this way. It might be slightly longer, but it won't be as noisy. We have some lovely frangipani trees up here on my right, and the scent of them is quite strong. They're beautiful trees. Natalie says, Richard Schroeder, all good? He's fine. He just prefers to not get up as early as I did. This is a beautiful grevillea, that grevillea flower. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I can tell you that the honeyeater birds absolutely adore these flowers. They're full of nectar. It's another frangipani tree. I'm just going to scoot along this road up ahead. We're basically going one block over. We've had a couple of cool days the last couple of days. It's been really refreshing. But I think today is going to warm up again. Here we go. The sky is back. The sky is back with us. Now, I don't know what this house is all about, but they've put some interesting things on the telegraph pole out front. All this sort of Halloween themed stuff. And they've got all these skulls in their front window. That frangipani is a deep red. I don't think I've seen this colour before. Okay, so if folks aren't aware, we are doing the birthday celebration tomorrow. Look at that. Neil says the concert I posted Sunday was well attended on a very rainy day. Sounds like fun, Neil. So yes, we're doing the birthday celebration tomorrow. Any of you guys be interested in joining me? Actually, as a guest on the call. You've seen Annette and I go side by side. You've seen Annette do guide spotlights with Co recently, with Mickey and Adri side by side, where we can chat. I'm interested in inviting a few people along to join me if you're interested. Funnily enough, I haven't had much of a response to that call out. I think everybody's shy. That's the regular frangipani. The scent of this right now that I'm being surrounded by is just heady. It's amazing. And we are going to finish up with this. Well, I might try and go one more block. There is another mural, but it's walking along the main road. I'm not sure if I'll make it to that. We'll see. Let's have a look at this first. Hi, Mary Lou. I'll be out at a rib cooking class. Neil, that sounds amazing. So I think you call this tag art, this one here. It's pretty good. But I'm here to look at the Jordan Lucky that I showed you a few photos of the other day. And this is where it is. This is where it's located in relation to everything in town. Annette did a guide spotlight the other day, Natalie, on this channel. You'll be able to find the recording. I'm going to cross the road. You'll be able to find the recording under the live tab on this channel. She did it with Girl on a Bus, Co Titty, who does tours from Canada and New Orleans. So she did that this month. Would have been about maybe 6 months ago. She did one with Mickey and Adri. She's done one with Andrew and Evia. And I think she's trying to persuade me to join the party in a couple of months' time. Neil says Tishy wants to do guest interviews on the birthday special. Yes, that's right, Tish. So if you want to be part of that, just message me and I'll send you instructions. It means being in front of camera, basically, being a guest and joining in the conversation. So this is the Jordan Lucky that we have in our town, which is really beautiful. You can see there are sea eagles up on the top right. There's a rainbow lorikeet on the bottom right. There's a beach scene in the middle. There's a street pole in the way right in the middle. She's holding a mixture of flowers. There's some lilies. And that three-cornered flower with the purple centre is, I think it's called a dietes. There are proteas and bird of paradise flowers over there. Oh. Okay, so you can see the rainbow lorikeet. Now, often we hear them. These are the ones that we often hear, the squawky birds that we often hear when we're out and about, particularly early morning. And we never see them because they blend in so well to the trees, the foliage of the trees. But that's what they look like. They're really bright. Natalie says, love this. Mary Lou says, it's a great mural. Neil says, lot of art in a small area. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Neil? Hi, Lynn. Great to see you. It is. It's a beautiful mural. So I just want to cross the road again and take a wide view one more time. And then I'm going to try and reach the next mural along, bearing in mind that we are walking along a busy, noisy main road. So there we go. It's pretty gorgeous, isn't it? All right, let's see if we can make it to the next one, which I think is on the side wall of a computer shop. If that gives us any clues as to what it is. Oh no, it's a little further along than I thought. We've got Aldi and Woolies and everything before we get to that. All right, well, you might as well have a look at the shops, I guess, along the way. We have Thai massage. We have an Asian variety shop that's mainly Filipino. Over the road here, we have a butcher that sells Indian spices, and I was ecstatic to find that because I had no spices left. I got rid of them all when I left to travel. So I'm really slowly building up my store of spices again. So this little butcher was a great find. He has all the Indian spices in his window. Rather than bounce backwards and forwards across the road, we'll stay on this side. So we have a Samaritan's shop, which is an op shop, a Goodwill store, I think you call them, or thrift store. That's that one there. Neil says, so exciting for... Oh, I missed that. Some shit, he'll be on the move soon. Yes, Ashtrack's on the move. I do know where there is another one. Let's go check this out. There's one more around the corner here. This isn't really a mural. This is, well, I guess it is. 2304 again is the postcode. There's a nod to the steel industry. But I'm looking at this one over here. With the Kookaburra, Eastern Rosella and Rainbow Lorikeet, which I think is pretty cute. So the artist for this one, their Instagram handle, if you want to check them out, is Jim Jen Cos. There you go, Kookaburra. And I often hear them when I get up in the morning in the distance. So what was I talking about? Does anyone remember? Or was I just waffling? Squeeze between the tree. Now, how far is it to this next mural? Am I totally wasting your time? Let me think. Planning on the run. Okay, so Natalie says, almost forget to like this live. Joanne says, what an amazing talent to have. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Ashtrack. Yeah, Ashtrack's moving on. Um, I made a joke on his post because he said he's going somewhere where there's camels. And I said, oh, it's going to be great to see you in Australia, Ash. Because you know that Australia has the largest population of wild camels of any country in the world. I guess most of you may not have known that. Some of you may recall seeing camels when we were in Nelson Bay. We saw them down on the beach. And we're going to try and work out ways that we can get back up to Nelson Bay. One of these power boxes. So this is Woolworths. It's our biggest supermarket. We've got a McDonald's across the road, and I'm really having second thoughts about walking up to this next mural because I think it's a little bit too far. But if you're willing to hang in there while I waffle, we'll see how far it is. So yes, Ash is moving on. Matt's doing his presentation of the museum from Dubai soon. So look out for that on the calendar. He did promise me that he'll put that up this weekend. All right, I think we're not too far now. Joanne says he's leaving Dubai. Yes, he is, but we don't. He's being very coy. He's being very coy about where he's going to, Tish. All he said was it's somewhere with camels. So it's left us all guessing. My guess is Egypt. But I don't know what his actual day job is. Does anyone know what Ash's day job is? I mean, I guess that would give us a clue as to where he might be headed to. Neil says, Joanne says, I rode a camel once, never again. Richard and I did a camel trek into the desert when we were in India many, many, many years ago. So that was 1987. It was one night sleeping on the sand dunes. It was unbelievably hot. So it was in the western desert of India, out from Jaisalmer. So we took a Land Rover out to a tiny little village, and from there we took the camels early morning, rode for, I don't know, maybe 3 hours, stopped for lunch under like one tree, slept for hours and hours, and then here we go, we've got 3. We've got a little cluster, we found 3. So this is the first one. Then rode again in the afternoon when it cooled down. And you were in Jordan, Joanne. What does Neil say? He's in lighting design. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing it's somewhere where it's a big construction industry, perhaps, fairly technologically advanced, if that's the case. So this is reflecting the Indigenous art with the dot style paintings, and it's showing song lines, which is like a map. So you would have water holes, you would have meeting places. I'm guessing that this is a meeting place. That might be a river. That might be the Hunter River, in fact. It might be poignant to this local area. And sometimes you'll see things like animal tracks in these paintings. And I have a feeling that these represent men and women. So that might be woman, that might be man. I'm not absolutely certain about that. So that's rather nice. And then over here, this is the computer store that I was thinking of. And this looks like a stylized printed circuit board to me. We'll look at it from here before we cross. And there's a couple of little extra bits and pieces over here as well. There's the painted power box, and again, that little stumpy thing that Tina asked me about the other day. I think it's a telephone cable point junction thing. Okay, there's the lights for me. So here we go, Thomas the Florist. This little guy here is Thomas the Florist. And it says entry around the front, so we'll go look for that. But this here, what have we got? This has to be, oh yeah, we've got Control, Alt, something, delete, save. This is tech. It means something to somebody. There's the 404 error. Download. Yeah, this is just all tech. Let's get up to the corner and look along it. So someone painted that. File delete, file edit. I don't know, all this stuff. Yeah, Exi. So I know that's to do with Windows. It might even precede Windows, does it? DOS. Okay, that's enough of that. So apparently the florist is around the corner. This is the florist, and we're going to see our very last mural when we cross the road. So there's Thomas the Florist. Chinese restaurant. Coles is our other supermarket. We have two big supermarket conglomerates that control the price of all our food. And if you're smart, you don't shop there. Neil says, Exe is an executable file. Yeah, I think I knew that, but I have no idea what it means. It just means you can launch something. Is that right? I don't know. I used Apple. I used Mac. So we've got one last mural across the road on the side of a dentist. So let's see what torture is being perpetrated on children on this wall when we get across there. Oh, like a program. Okay. Is it our turn? Oh, yes, it's our turn. Okay. And then up this side street here is St Vincent de Paul shop, another thrift store where we tend to donate anything that we're getting rid of. Sadly, this has been tagged. The artist here is Judy Nadine. It was done in 2014, so it's 11 years old. And let's see what we can see. Never smile at a crocodile. We've got children with toothy smiles. Everyone welcome, we accept all health funds. Okay, so we've got lots of mouth references to mouths. Now someone tried to tell me that what the dentist is doing here is popping a tablet of some sort on the patient's tongue. From Peter Pan, never smile at a crocodile. That's right, Neil. So there's the stag again from the Stag and Hunter Hotel. got dental floss. I don't know why we have this guy. I don't know what relation he has to dentistry. Does anyone know what this has to do with anything? And then we've got toothbrushing. There we go. So yeah, just a little bit of fun. Just a little bit of fun in Mayfield. I thought I'd show you what's around town. I know it's noisy, but as we said the other day when we did our other street art tour, that's the nature of street art, basically. It's in places where people go. Is it Apollo? Don't know the connection. Is it Apollo? It could be Apollo. They're using my form on that mural. Using your form. I'm not sure what you mean, Neil. You have some great street art. Yeah, we do. We're really lucky. And there's more popping up all the time. There's more further along, but it's just too far to walk. I'm going to cross the road and then I'll bid you all farewell for the day, I think. There's another power box that's been prettied up with something. Let's have a look and see what it says. All right, it says look up. I'm looking up. There's nothing up. They look like books, maybe? Are they books? Not sure what this one is about. There's the Nobby's Head Lighthouse. Or body image. Oh, it was that Adonis, maybe, Neil. Is that who it was? I'm working with you. Okay. All right. I'm just going to head up here. Trying to find a suitable background. There isn't really much. I could pull into the McDonald's car park. Finish up there. Such a good time. Here we go, Neil. All right, I'm finishing up here. There's a bush behind me. That'll do. I'll turn the camera around. All right, everyone. Thank you so much once again for joining me on this. See, there's the no entry sign for McDonald's, and the bottom of the Golden Arches. Just get rid of that. Okay, yeah. Thanks, everyone. Really enjoyed your company as always, and keep an eye. Well, come along tomorrow to the 1 year anniversary if you can. I don't know what it's going to be like. I'm going to try and give every guide that's been on the calendar this year a mention if I can. I'm trying to find photos of them. I've made a bit of a task for myself. It's become a bit of an ordeal because I thought, well, if I'm going to start featuring some guides, I've got to find everyone if I can. So that's been a bit of a challenge. So keep an eye out for that. Join me tomorrow if you can. I've got a fellow trying to sort of come up close to me, which I'm going to try to get out of his way. Stay away because I think he was trying to engage me a moment ago. Otherwise, I haven't started video editing for Monday. I'm not sure if I'm going to get one ready in time. I'm going to give it a red hot go and see if I can get another YouTube premiere up for Monday if I can. What else am I doing? Where am I Wednesday? I need to find somewhere to take you next week. Here, look. We'll share the camera with these guys. I never know how to do it. There. They're over my shoulder. And we're always on the lookout for things to deliver when it's not Wednesday, so I can use Prism because it's better quality. We welcomed Yusuke to the calendar yesterday. He's delivering at the moment on World Virtual Tours. Patrizia, I believe, caught up with him when she was in Japan. So thank you to Patrizia for bringing Yusuke onto the calendar. That was brilliant. We also have interest from Muklas in Indonesia. So I've started a conversation with him and he says he's keen. He just hasn't got anything ready to add just yet. So keep an eye out for a welcome post for Muklas. Do I have anything else to add? I think that's about it. As always, just keep your eye on the calendar and keep your eye on Facebook posts and enjoy every tour you get a chance to join. All right, that'll be it, I think. Do they have Vegemite on McDonald's? No, they don't, Neil. They have what they call an Aussie burger, which has tomato and lettuce on it instead of the pickle and cheese. She says, Yusuke's back for Plum Blossom Tour. That's right. Unfortunately, it's not at a great time for everybody because it's in Japan. I think it's a bit awkward for those in Europe, but apparently he's got something really special lined up. Lynn says, I am so looking forward to Yusuke. Yeah, I think a lot of people are, Lynn. It's going to be brilliant. And when is the tour tomorrow? Well, it's at 10 a.m. my time, Natalie, which I know is not a great time for you. I think it's midnight. But the reason I did it at that time was I didn't want to clash with Andrea and Evia, who have 2 tours before mine in the morning, which meant if I was going to go before them, it would have been about, 4 a.m. or something. So unfortunately, I know that for you guys in Europe, it's not a good time. And I can only apologise. So, yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes we do what we can or what we have to. And Natalie says, replay, yes, definitely. Yes, I always leave everything up on YouTube, Natalie, so definitely catch up with the replay. Neil says, we should see what's different in McDonald's one day. Yeah, I'll see what I can manage for you, Neil. I'll see what I can manage for you. Maybe I'll look out for a place that has a cluster. Like has a Hungry Jack's and a Subway and a McDonald's and a whatever else there is. We have things like Mexican, not Taco Bell, the other one. We've got a few different. Maybe I'll look for a place that's got a cluster of them. We'll check out menus in several, because I don't think I could fill an hour or 45 minutes even in. Oh, we found our way back to the. Here we go. We found our way back to the butcher with all the spices. I don't think I could fill an hour just in McDonald's. I'd have to find something else to do. Okay, thanks everyone. There we go. Looking over my shoulder. That way, we can see some of the stuff in the window. I'm going to finish up here. Thank you again, everyone, for coming along. If you saw something interesting and you've got a great postcard, pop it in the group so others can see. And I'll hopefully see some of you tomorrow. Okay, bye for now. That way.